Butters, sit. Butters, rest. Butters, disobey. Oh, good boy.
Good boy. Well, I mean,
good boy, disobey.
I like to give him a win, you know? They say end on a high note. Brian?
Bed making. What are you watching? And that's exciting. All this and more on today's Brilliant Observations. Do.
It's so exciting because now I even hear it in my head. I anticipate you doing it. I anticipate, God bless you. I anticipate you doing it. Can I just add this little anecdotal tidbit? And that is
Tidbit
that
away.
I really super hated that song. I hated that song from the very beginning. When y'all had it the whole time, it made me irritated. It was cheesy. I thought, okay, and then they built a sort of a little bit of a connection. Now, flash forward to, which is faster than a fast forward.
3 years,
I love
4
it.
years
I
later.
love it. I love it. I love it. I keep that stupid crap in my head. It's kind of creepy. It's kind of like I was going to say falling in love, and that's a way bridge too far. Deciding that you actually do like Tom or Jerry, right? Because they're both such little cunt weasels. I want to kill them. And I don't know what a cunt weasel is. Shitballs.
They are
yes.
shitheads.
I
Yeah.
hate. There's not a lot of hate in my life, but what hate there is amplified and reserved for Tom and Jerry, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing redeemable about either one of them.
Nope. Nobody. Even they get even worse when they go into the Hanna-Barbera softly animated days. It's like you kids. I don't even want to. I can't be this negative. I can't think about them. I can't have that negativity in my life. I won't allow it.
I can't have it be about Tom and Jerry.
No, I can't. I won't.
Good morning, Amy.
Good morning, Melissa. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Well, I'm great.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm looking at your shirt. I'm wondering if it is a 2-part 2 shirt or if you have it inside out.
No.
Kind.
It says, kind people are my kind of people.
It's delightful. It's one of your better shirts. And I'm here to say the only thing that I can see in our little video viewing pane is the kind, and it is so delightfully faded back, muted, gentle. It looked to me like you had a gauzy top shirt. And I thought, what the fuck? What's she fucking doing with her 1-2?
Yeah,
you got your fucking Lizzo shit shirts on. Wow. And then, well, you know how people do? They put on a bra and then they go and work out. And on top of the bra, they wear like a shirt that has all these gaping holes in it, but they're designer
Meshy,
holes.
yeah.
Yeah. So, or there's mesh, or it has arm sockets that like start at the neck hole and then droop down to your rib cage. It's like, why? There's no sleeves and no arms and no sides. It's really just
like
a
Flash
vehicle.
Dancy. It's
like
shirt,
a
more
scarf, that you're supposed to wear over your. It's like a sports scarf that you're supposed to wear, and it's clingy.
A sports scarf.
And it's clingy.
We invented
I don't know.
whole new
I'm trying.
terminology
One of my new things is that I'm buying a bra. So it's awful. It's as bad as you think. And I went and I'm a sports bra. I actually went to the place online. I'm not going to go let people grab all my ladies and squeeze them and fuck off.
So you're not getting fitted for it. You're trying out.
I'm not getting fitted for it because my goody gumdrops friend, Michelle, gave me probably 90 years ago a gift saying, I come here every week with you to exercise at Burn Boot Camp, if you can remember back to those days. And she's like, and I see that when we do the jumping up and down stuff, you cross your arms. You cross your arms over your chest like you're getting ready to jump off a ledge into a vat of cement. You know how you do like the dive. Like I would cross over just to hold, And she's like, that ain't good. That ain't good. So
you're not supported.
You got to do it. You got to get it. You got to do it. You got to get it. I have large ladies. So I said, there's no such thing for me. I go and I shop. I try. I do it. They don't even make them. It doesn't exist. Well, of course, she went and did the research and found out the big bouncing bazumba ladies.
They do exist.
And it's called She Fit. and she gave me a huge gift certificate to She Fit to go get a damn bra. And I was like, are you kidding me? This is the same one who said, she's on my board of directors, the same one who said, yeah, okay, you need to do Pilates. You need to do Pilates. I bought you a month of Pilates. Like, she just is tired of fucking waiting for me to do the thing. So I have had this cert sitting around, and I said, fuck it, I'm doing it. So I went and I did it, and I spent a lot of money on some lady zip up bras. They have straps. They have
harnesses.
They do. It is a harness. Do you know the thing when you're trying to put the Christmas tree on the top of the car, and you have like a tie down strap that goes has like a ricket. What's the thing that is not a ricket?
Ratchet.
A ratchet. It has a ricket.
It's on It's also on ski boots and Peloton shoes.
This bra has a zipper in the front and two ratchets in the back. And you ratchet around the sides, and then you go up over the sides again, and there's like a belt. It is the weirdest looking Cirque du Soleil madness.
But if it works and it holds you.
It's actually kind of pretty. And the I guess the big triple, quadruple D, G, Z ladies say, black your eyes no more. This is the bra for you. So whatever. I've tried it. I'm doing it. And that was the last month. I've spent the whole month getting a bra. That's all I have to report. So thanks for listening. Goodbye. No, I'm kidding.
Love you guys. If you would like to write us at brilliantobservations@gmail.com about your tit struggle or any other struggle you have, please let us know. You could find us on Facebook, Brilliant Observations and Brillobs Squad. You could find us on Instagram and Twitter at Listen Brilliant. Bye.
I love a good tit struggle. I feel like I would watch that show. I would watch that series on Netflix. I would subscribe actively. Tit struggle. Cancun.
Speaking of watching that on Netflix. Hey, Amy.
Hey, Melissa.
What are you watching?
Ted Lasso and
Season 2.
Hacks. I'm actually loving, I think I mentioned this briefly on pod prior. I love Hacks. Yeah. So I watched it all the way through, and I can't wait for it to return. But for the most part, it's Ted Lasso right now. Why? What are you watching?
I'm waiting. I started Ted Lasso, and I started enjoying it, and then I got distracted by something.
Well, you probably realize that Apple is being a money-grubbing little... everything is a shit today. The little shit bag when I'm so angry with them. Why can't you just dump all my episodes? Stop teasing me.
That was it.
I'm tired of it being network. Yes, I pay for you. Dump it. I need to binge. So, yeah, they're playing that whole
Amy
thing.
likes the dumps.
Oh, boy.
That's what we're going to start with.
And it
always comes back to poop with me.
One of my
Amy likes the dumps.
Favorite and least favorite shirts that you bought me. It's so good being your friend. I told you about Melissa or Michelle, who we all know why she's a good friend. I've just enumerated why you're a good friend among the many reasons is you random gift drop. It's so funny. It's like being in Oprah's audience. It's like all of a sudden I walk up to the mailbox and it's like, oh, and guess what? Here it is. And one of my favorite and least favorite shirts from you is giant letters that says, I heart to fart. And the letters are like as big as your whole face. So there's just no getting around it. Like it's just,
how do you know that was from me?
It's like I heart NY. Like it's that big, but it's So it's super, super
All right. Let's realize that it's very reciprocated, as just yesterday I opened a box from you, which couldn't have been harder to open.
Oh,
by the way.
Well, let's get into it. So we all remember the Rockle debacle when we got the rock through the car. We came, we saw you. It was great. So, of course, I would have sent a little thank you for having us and hosting us. But it was kind of a bigger deal hosting. You hosted my whole family and another player that I brought to your house and bought us dinner. And there was an overnight. And there were and. So just to say a big thank you. When I was out.
Very big thank you.
Well, when I was out with a client, she said, oh, you've got to see this little boutique, blah, 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 blah. So we walked in and shopped a little store. And I was really just there with her looking at the place. They had this really cute stuff. And they had a giant, I'm going to spoil it. They had a giant beach bag in there. And I thought, you know what? She's building a giant beach house. And it was really pretty. So before I knew what I was doing, I just picked it up. You know how sometimes when you're shopping, you're like, yep, that's coming with me. So I picked it up. And then they had these funny little pillows with sayings on them. And they were all in neutrals. And some had some gray on it. And I thought, this seems right. So I stuffed them in there. And then I brought it home. And it looked really pretty. I was like, this is I'm going to send this to her. And then I realized it's probably 4 feet by 3 feet, the size of the thing, decorated and packed and all the thing. So I'm like, now what the fuck am I going to do? And I thought, bing! My husband builds.
We have a business.
He builds custom packaging. Well, he is a wide format printer, which means many of the things that he delivers don't fit in no kind of nothing because nobody could even print it this big. So they have a little fabrication shop where they just take the raw cardboard and they fashion it into packaging.
That's what they did. So there was no obvious place to cut it open. There was
here's
no
the other
obvious
thing.
place
Well,
to...
thank you, Pedro. Well, here's the other thing. They've been so busy. Thank God. Thank you, universe. Thank everyone. Thank you, Allah. Thank you, Jewish God. Thank you, Ganesh. They've had tons and tons. Too much. Couldn't even wrap it. So it's been sitting on my bedroom bureau for way too long. And I finally said, I'll just go over and pay $1 million at the Kinko's or whoever, right? Can't you do this? Can't you do this? So it was super late. So as a courtesy to me, when he finally took it to work and did it, he just shipped it the same day. And I'm like, with no note and no nothing. And I don't get to, so do you know where it was fucking going? What'd you do? So I didn't see it. It left the house and then you got it. So I hope it was nice on that side.
It is. So Amy says beach bag. Yeah, there's no fucking way this bag is going to the beach. The way it's a beach bag is that it's appropriate at our beach house.
It's a beach bag.
It is way too nice to get a grain of sand on it.
You're
it
crazy.
Is gorgeous.
Well, that's perfect for you because you hate sand.
It is perfect for me. For those of you who know me or who don't, it's navy on the bottom and then that natural woven. It's just fucking delightful. It's gorgeous.
I think it might actually be seagrass. It's beautiful. It's and it's got the nice big hand. It's sort of a tote that you also might think on the porch could have 2 blankets in it. It's one of those.
Yes, that is where it might go if we're having company. And the second the wind blows, I'm bringing it back inside. It is beautiful. It'll be next to the couch in the family room, and it will have the pillows are still in it. It looks so beautiful, and Stuart said, "Is that for your birthday?" And I said, "I don't think so. No,
I don't. I don't acknowledge
Is that for
birth.
Hanukkah? Is that for your next birthday?" I said, "No. She said it's a thank you for." And he goes,
"It would have actually been accompanied with a thank you if I."
Yeah, it's
for
gorgeous.
What? It's thank you for what? It's the same reason that I just washed my frequently used top of the line stick blender that you sent to me for no reason other than it's like, me, I'm a crybaby. I won't buy a stick blender. I have all this money and I won't do it and I cook all the time. And I've used it all the fucking time. Everybody needs to get
you cook all the time. There's no reason for you not to have had a stick blender. That was the biggest crime I had heard.
Because I said, I'll never use it. I have no uses for it. And instead, I frankly, I use it once every 13 days. That's frequent.
I feel like I'm just righting the wrongs in society. I really feel like that's my purpose. This is wrong. Let's right that wrong. I
agree.
I'm not buying you a Tesla. Let's not get crazy. But I'm just trying to right the wrongs that are amok in this world. And boy, are they amok. So that was gorgeous. But I did want to tell you that Stuart and I are watching The Crown.
I was going to say, I pulled you off that. Yes, tell me. I loved that show when I started it, and then I've dropped off, so keep going.
Yes, I hated it when I started it, and look, people are watching it going, oh yeah, I remember that. And Stuart and I are watching it like, this is a wonderful story. Look at these yarns.
I wonder how it will end. What's going to happen to them kids at the bottom of the hill? I didn't fucking know that.
Kids.
Yeah.
Well, yes. And not just that,
and
but
crazy, creepy bitch never cried. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I'm absolutely learning about that. And before I was like, Charles is an asshole. I don't ever want him to get the throne. And then sometimes I'm like, yes, see, I was right. And then sometimes I'm like, well, I get what. Nonetheless, oh, look at that cute little girl, Diana. Let's see how her story ends. We are in season 4.
Wow.
And it has been torture half the time watching it. Come on, Melissa, we just have to bang this out. And then Stuart uses the phrase that I can't stand. Do you want me to just watch it without you?
No. Oh, sorry. That was very...
Why would I want you to do that? No, absolutely not. You were right. No. So we should go through this torture together. Everybody
there's
I know
so much to love
it.
about us. There's so much to love about what you're saying. The first part
I love
to
how
love,
it was done. I thought it was beautiful. I think it's so true to. But we really are watching it like morons.
I
wonder
love
what's gonna
that you are
happen.
invested in this entertainment as work, that you are required to continue, that it has become a discipline for you, right? This is part of your
Almost a punishment.
It's your regimen. Yes. You frankly, it might be easier just to take a European history course over at the community college, but instead, nope, you are committed to learning
read a book.
and embedding yourself this way via Netflix. Yeah,
As if it
there's so
embetters
much.
me
There's
in any
so
way.
much to fucking adore. But this whole thing, come on, we just got to get through it. Come on, two more.
gotta get
just
through
two
it.
more
I gotta get
sit-ups. Just two more
But
sit-ups.
I have to
Reach the remote.
Push.
And
Breathe,
hold
exhale
for
on the-
50 minutes. Breathe while you watch. Breathe.
Exhale on the effort. Exhale on the effort.
Come on, we're almost to
I
the
do
credits. We're almost to the credits.
I am absolutely countering it with another show that I just finished.
Oh, tell me.
Wynonna Earp.
I saw. What is that? I don't know. You have to
So-
tell me because I'm super blind.
It's Wyatt Earp's great-great-granddaughter.
Oh, thank God.
He must have killed all of these criminals that have come back as demons, and she has a special gun. Did you love Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
I'm supposed to. It eluded me. It wasn't at a time in my life when I
okay.
could actually watch it, but everyone says you would love it. It's for you. And I'm sure that it
Dear
is,
listener-
but I haven't ever seen a single episode.
Dear listener, if you loved... I feel like I'm doing the imposter perfumes. If you love Giorgio, no, that's the fake one. I don't remember what they were.
Giorgio is
anyway,
the real
if
one.
you
Giorgio is the real one. Remember Giorgio? You have to be like a 1980s dude. You were either wearing Giorgio with a yellow horse and a scarf, or Dracula
Yes.
Noir.
Noir, yeah. So if you love that show because she was a vampire slayer,
Perfect.
but with a crazy sense of humor. It was so funny. It was kitschy, campy. It was great. I loved it. And now Wynonna Earp, 4 seasons.
Okay,
And
I'm in.
done.
No, all you had to say was Wynonna Earp is Wyatt Earp's relative. You had me. I was hooked. I'm in. And here, because I love a good Western. I mean, I will watch a black and white fucking Western. That's
Really?
how much. Oh, I love it. Have you not seen The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance?
I have, but not because I wanted to.
It was great. You didn't love it? You didn't think it was great?
No, it was
You didn't
worth
cry?
watching.
Yeah.
But it was also, I'm watching The Crown in that sort of way.
Well, it's a little too long. But, I mean, that's just our modern sensibilities, the way that we
I can make it
anticipate
more appealing
pacing.
to you.
You don't even have to. Wait, and then you
I'm
can
going
later.
to.
No, you have to do the and then more. We're not there yet in our marketing for Wynonna Earp. I thought that it was, now I get it. For some reason, I saw Wynonna and I immediately thought Judd, and I thought we were going to talk about country
Yeah,
music.
I did too.
And I was like, I don't want to.
None of that.
So when you said Wynonna Earp is Wyatt Earp's, I went, oh, yes. thank
Yeah.
God. But wait, there's
There's more. Yeah. Ready? Do you remember Mutt from Schitt's Creek?
How could I not? Of course I remember Mutt.
He's in it.
I'm in. Well, I gotta get off this podcast.
Fantastic.
I gotta go get my remote. Excuse me.
Fuck
Does he-
this
tell me he's
podcast.
clean shaven. I can't stand that fake weird beard. I know you love the beard. Don't make the face.
He's not clean shaven,
Ugh,
but
his
like,
beard
what do you
looks like
picture
they
Wyatt
drew it
Earp
on
having?
with a Sharpie. It's too false.
He has a crazy caterpillar mustache.
Okay, I can
Caterpillar?
Sam old guy Sam that. It's Sam Elliott. Took me a minute. I can
Yes.
Sam
Sam
Elliott
Elliott.
that shit. Ooh, it's tickles.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah, so start that and let
Let's
me know what you
go. Yeah, okay, you got it.
think. Yeah. So I recommend. I'd like to recommend both of those shows, but I mean, The Crown. You know, we have friends who are watching The Crown, going, "I think that's slightly inaccurate. I'm not sure." And Stuart and I are like,
I do.
"Really?"
I super
no
do. I'm
idea.
like, I didn't know they don't have president. Like that's where I saw season 1 of The Crown and I was riveted. Is that the
Really?
one where she's young or old? I think it's when she's young and her husband's super cheating
young.
on her. Yeah, super cheating on her. And I just love that sparkly little gal who's, let's not overcomplicate things. She's just a little, she's super uptight, but she plays whoever the actress was in Young Crown played in some other thing at the time, and I fell in love with her there. So I was drawn into The Crown because of her. Now, season 2, me believe, has Helena Bonham Carter, which, of course, I'm going to watch anything she fucking does. I would watch her eat a sandwich. Whatever. You know,
I'd love to see her eat a sandwich.
I told you it'd be good. I'm in. So I dropped off for whatever reason. Yeah, it feels like a surprise to me. My history is so lacking in those areas. Or nay, all areas. I'm really aware of how unaware of those sorts of things I am. I feel like
I'm aware.
I feel like
unaware.
I feel like the queen in that way, because in one of the early episodes, she said something along the lines of one, hates to steer the conversation toward horse breeding every time. Like she was just in all these highfalutin situations, and she recognized I don't know shit from shit, not even Shinola. So it's like, I get that.
Right. I don't have an education.
Yes.
I'm missing something everybody else has.
I was taught how to do the thing that no one else needs to know how to do. And as a consequence, I can't do the things that everyone else knows how to do. And I relate to that
That's Claire
deeply.
Foy. That's Claire Foy. She's the actress who played Claire Foy. She's phenomenal. I think she was the girl with the dragon tattoo. She was.
Are you kidding?
I think so.
I only watched one of those, and I think maybe it existed before, like she revamped the series, and it was too mean with it's very rapey and mean and Nazis and super too much for me, so I couldn't do it.
It got crazy, didn't it? It got like
it was one of those things. Like there's one Liam Neeson
hanging upside down, waiting for you.
There's one Liam Neeson movie where the whole movie it could be any Liam Neeson movie where the whole movie is everything sucks. Now let's watch it get worse, and it's just it doesn't ever get better. I think he's in some ice tundra place, and they all get eaten by wolves, and they really all just die. So I was like, this is terrible. And the whole thing was so sad. I just cried the whole time. Yes. So that's how
The Gray. Is that The Gray?
That's it.
Yes. I'm like, that
so
sounds really...
I didn't even do The Revenant because I was like,
Maybe
I kind of get it. You're going to die. Well, here's the thing. Claire Foy, I love. And just as an aside, she really does need to get married to whatever style partner she wants. I just need the hyphenate, and the partner she chooses needs to be last name Ant. So she's Claire Foy hyphen Ant. How funny is that? Claire Foy Ant.
I like that a lot.
I'm in. I'm super. I would marry. I'll marry you, Claire. I will get myself internet certified to be your litigant. That's not the wrong word for it. That sounds like you're a lawyer. Oh, I forget liturgent. That's when you're spiritually clean. I'm going to stop making up words because they're adjacent to the word that I know, and I can't pull it or find it. All of this by way of saying there's a lot of good shit for you to watch on the TV. So let's just start there.
Yeah, she was the girl in the spider's web, not dragon.
That's the same one.
Whatever.
That's the same series.
Yeah, it's the same series.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, nope, I'm super out. I can't watch you. You're too mean. You're too mean. She was something else at the same time because she was also
mean.
Well, no, and because I wouldn't have seen her in that. She was something else, frankly, bigger than both of those two things. I want to say this is not bigger, but like Downton Abbey-esque. She was in something super big that she was the lead for, so that when she went to the Crown, they're like, and now you're going to the Crown. Well, look at you. Like, I don't remember. Because she was sitting on the Today Show talking about, I don't know, I like blueberries or whatever the
downstairs.
fuck. Yeah. It's too much stuff on things that I can't recall or say. I'm just trying to tell you, watch the TV, guys, because, you just have to get into a discipline. You've got to get a regimen going, like Melissa.
And that's what we
Stuart,
did. We're like, all right, let's bang out one
tonight. They put it on the calendar.
Bang out two tonight.
They hold themselves accountable. We're watching it. We're going to do it.
We do. I told you that last week we went to the beach and we stayed at my brother-in-law's house, and same thing we're going to do when we have a house that we let friends stay in. It was just strip your bed, and there are sheets underneath the bed or in the closet or wherever. Just re-put the new. There is nothing I fucking hate more than making a bed.
I won't fucking do it. I absolutely won't do it. If I'm coming to your house, I'm not going to do it.
Remember I told you I tried to get hangers off the bar once, and they got kind of mixed up with each other and they got caught. And instead of like trying to undo the puzzle that is this gathering of hangers, I broke out into a sweat, got really mad, and started yanking on hangers. And before I knew it, I was sitting on the floor almost in tears.
And they're beating you on the head, and they're falling off, and they're cutting your feet. It's all bad. There's zero good in this.
Yeah. Well, I feel that way about making a fucking bed because especially if it's against a wall. Like I have never not broken a nail or not slam my head into a wall. Like it is
we
the
need to just
worst
take
experience.
a brief aside for the 3 male listeners who may be in our ear space. And I need to actually come to the aid of the violence of nail breakage. Gang, let me help you. I believe that many of you at one time have had some hair on your testicles. Okay? So don't
you mean
tell
like
me
wrapped around?
Don't come at me with I was born, bald and free and my nuts have never had a hair. You've had a hair on your testicles. So you can envision and know or nay have experienced, nay is my word today, experienced a nut hair being extracted violently, right? You know that the longer the hair is when it's pulled out, the worse it feels. Let's make it the suitable for work edition. You've pulled a hair out of your nose. And the longer the hair in the nose, the worse it hurts when it comes out. You've pulled a hair off your head. You know that the longer, because there's no grip on it. So when we say break a nail, the longer your nail is, the more of your skin bed. You're just going to have to turn off Melissa because she can't handle even her face is going into convulsions.
I got
the
the
more
and
of
the
your
jeebies.
skin bed is attached to the nail at the base. So you're actually ripping your skin. It's not a cosmetic thing. Ooh, my nail.
We don't mind losing a nail.
I don't have my prettiness for my next photo shoot. Fuck all y'all. This is somebody. It's like a Chinese fucking torture. Okay? That's what we're talking about. So we talk about breaking a nail. It's like taking a fucking rod and shoving it up your nail bed and going, let's see if I can poke. Can you go deeper? Can you turn to the side? Just 3 more minutes.
And it bleeds and it's gross.
And it's black. And then everything you touch for the next 6 weeks goes doink, 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 doink.
Right. It's very sensitive.
Yeah. I'm not making a bed for this. I'm not doing it. And mine don't even break. They bend backward and fold into a crease. And then they snap several days later. So I extend the pain of breaking. Yes, you should be
so
licking.
awful.
You should be licking your lips that way. You had the worst face. I've never seen a face like this. It was
I
kinda
have
like
the
Grinch.
worst face.
It was like the Grinch. Because you were
For the next
that-
photo shoot, I have the worst face. Thank you very much.
That's the title of this episode. I thought it was going to be.
have the
I
worst
thought it was going to be tit trouble.
face.
Is that what you were calling it?
Maybe.
You have
Perhaps.
and we're the opposite of the Vaseline mob. We what the fuck are they called? Fuck me, I can't. I was up very late last night. We had a little bit of a conversation in the middle of the night, and I was awake a lot, so my brain is not firing. We're gonna the flaming lips. Excuse me, they're not called the Vaseline mob.
Oh, Vaseline.
Flaming-
Okay, I got
Oh,
it.
thanks. I'm like, how did I get there? Okay,
Yeah, their
so
song.
Do you realize you have the most beautiful face? Is the best song. Do you realize is a fantastic song, and it's gut wrenching and sad, and it's love in all forms. Go listen to it, and when you make that face, you do realize you have the worst face because you're making this face, guys. You have to even see it. It's if you could picture the Grinch, the real actual Grinch, the green Grinch. Stop it. And then make it worse with like a tongue that sticks out and rubs around the. God, stop it. Why are you doing this?
Dear listener, do you know where you could see this face?
Ow! There's a way.
Would you like to see my Grinchy face?
Come on. That can't be. You're kidding.
Amy.
You're kidding.
They could see this face if they meet up with us. Where? Where?
In person?
Yes. Get it right, because you wrote it wrong on the board.
I did. We're going to an in-person meetup.
Yes, we are.
And the reason I'm
In-
mentioning it in October, 'cause I don't remember where it is. It's the airport is Phoenix. It's not Phoenix.
Yes.
though. It's Scarsdale.
Scottsdale, Arizona.
So close. It's
Not
in
even
Scottsdale. Scarsdale's close to Scottsdale in sound.
Oh, okay. I'm like, in New York? Yes.
Oh, I
we
thought it
will
was
be
in
attending.
California.
I don't know. There could be one there, too.
I can never
I'm
keep
a New
track of the
Yorker, though.
Palm Beaches. I always think Palm Beach is in California, but that's in Florida, isn't it? Palm?
Palm Beach is in Florida.
Or do they have lots? Does everybody have, like everybody has
Palm
a
Desert
Main Street?
is in California.
Okay, see, they have palms there.
They have palms there too. We will be attending the She Podcast Live convention in Scottsdale, Arizona, assuming COVID does not re-overtake our country.
That's right.
And
that's right.
We reserve the right to cancel this meetup if we are not there.
Mm-hmm.
We can't. I was trying to think of a cute way to say it. We can hang and bang, but the bottom line is, we can't bang because we're both happily married.
Swingers conference, but hey,
it is not.
Hey,
but we can a hang shebang. We can have a hang shebang.
We'll have a shebang hang. I love it. We're gonna blang all the angs. We're anging it. What's our angle? Okay, we got to get off this. Here's the truth of it. This conference, and it is a conference, guys. It's
Focus.
Right. The name of it is She Podcasts Live. All right. So it is the only conference for female-centric and female-led podcasts. If that is of interest to you, you could also meet us there. This is not a conference where we are heading out that way to talk about us or this. We're there participating in a lot of the groups and being attendees. Since we're going to be there, for anyone else who might be there, we'd love to see you. For anyone else who is akin to Scottsdale,
Scottsdale.
You might actually have
in the greater Scottsdale area.
Right.
Automobile?
Right. If you can fly there from any one of the places that Frontier Airlines flies for 18 cents, then come in for the day, come in for the weekend. We will set up some kind of a specific time and locale. The thing that is great about this super luxury, it's run by our friend Jessica Kupferman. She podcasts live 2021. She always picks, this is the second time that we're gathering in person ever as a massive conference. The last time was wildly successful. This time promises to be even more so. And so she wants to run conferences from she likes to say, female-centric point of view. So what does that mean to her? In addition to all the talky talk business crap, what it actually means is I've picked a place that has 9 swimming pools with swim-up bars. I've picked a place where there is on-site spa services. Some of the breakout sessions at the last conference, people would give you a back rub or you would get your nails done while they were telling you about their hosting services. So the whole, and she specifically, we never have a session that starts before 10 a.m. because moms need to sleep. So she does all these sorts of things. Like you had special buttons that said, I'm an introvert, don't talk to me. So it was like you could go through the conference however you wanted to. And why that's interesting, even if you're not in the podcast space, it's very thoughtful. In my former life, I went to a whole lot of trade shows and conferences, and really not a lot of people put thought into the extras if they weren't specifically just about luxury, right? Or about the particular brand. The way that she's doing it is everything is about what would I want when I go to one of these things. I want it to be fun. I want there to be hot tub parties. I want there to be lots of sleeping, fantastic food, all the wine, all the stuff. So she does all that kind of stuff. So it is crazy luxurious. It's at some resort that is all on the website. So go there and see it if you have any interest. And if you don't, then why are we still talking about it? So that's over with.
So what's interesting is having a meetup like this for us at this convention is against everything I stand for.
Agreed.
I have to absolutely hate meeting new people and meeting.
Check.
But I figure we're one step into the pool where you kind of know us. So come out and see us and give us a chance to get to know you. So I guess my hope is that we won't be doing as much of a podcast as we will be listening, because we are curious to know friends and fans, like, come see us. We want to get to know you. It's just one-sided right now. And as much as we talk into the ether, we want to listen in person. So come see us. Let us know. We'll let you know which meal, which drink, which whatever we're going to do. And you let us know if you can make it. Maybe we'll try to come up with a favor of
for sure. And the other final piece of the pie is we rarely are together on the other coast. So as East Coasties, this is kind of a fun way to do it. And because it's already in a space where people are talking about being podcasters, being audience centric, it made sense to open it up in this way. The next time that we go to the West Coast together, I ain't fucking telling y'all. I mean, I'll tell you after. So it's like this is a very public.
This is your shebang.
This is your hang a shang a shang a shang a ling long. This is your chance.
You're going back to the bang, aren't you?
Maybe bring a dictionary for me, or I'm in super self-help mode. Like maybe there's a Duolingo for English that I could take. Like all of the
things.
Perhaps
an interpreter.
English as a first language I could get. I'll get there.
Amy.
I'll get there. Yes, Melissa. Yes.
Brian. Amy.
I hate that drop.
I love it. Amy, what excites you now?
Hey. Ooh. Well, what excites me now?
While you're thinking about it, I'm going to give you the reason I'm asking.
Because I have lots of things. Okay, but you tell me your reason. Yes.
The reason I'm asking is I was poloing with my friend Sarah the other day.
Sarah.
And she got a package. She ordered, those steam cleaners that you use for the carpet?
Yes.
The Bissell things where you pour
I
the
know them
chemical
well.
stuff in and
Yes, I just rented one.
Yes.
Rented.
Yes. So we own like the little ones. She has one that's even a dog bath because
I own many, and I finally went on to rent. But you tell me the thing because I want to hear about this part. Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Go over the dog, go over the floor. So I guess she sent for new chemical something or one that's more environmentally dog friendly, blah, blah, blah. The package comes and it's the wrong item.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It is a steam cleaner.
Ugh.
And it is not just the chemical she was waiting for. And then she said, as I thought Satan possessed her and her eyes widened, she said, I'm keeping it. And I can't wait to clean the grout.
Okay. You told me you were talking to Sarah. I don't understand.
And I thought, wait a minute. Did you just get excited about cleaning grout?
With a mistaken cleaner?
How have our lives changed so much?
How does she get somebody mystery sent me the wrong fucker, and instead of returning it, guess what they're going to charge you? You don't get this shit just for free. I
don't know, man. I think she got the wrong box, decided to keep it, and then I'm going to use the phrase got to, which was the joke we used when we used to say, I have to drive carpool. No, you
get
to drive
to suck
carpool.
this dick. Right. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. It should be. I'm talented. I'm just trying to tell you.
She said, I get to clean the grout. And I thought,
yeah, that's a good analog.
Have fallen.
At the end, the grout is sparkling clean. You feel so proud of yourself. Everybody's happy. I get it. This is a good analog for my other. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have things like that are exciting you now, as opposed to,
exciting is the tricky
God,
word.
I slept later than I thought, or.
Well, it's funny that it's a steam cleaner. We have a Haan, Haan, and that's, it does a wonderful job in lots of ways. We've had Bissells for our whole lives, and as those have broken, we've said, we're not buying another one. And then we bought the Haan. We're not buying another one. We're not buying one. Finally, just for the expediency of it, went and rented one of those Mac Daddy, like the thing that people are standing in the cafeteria doing the floor. Like it was that giant. And through a mistake of fate, we ended up getting it for 24 hours instead of the 2 hours that I thought it was coming to the house. So then I walked around the house going, what else can I steam?
So you got excited by that.
Excited is the wrong word. I worked like an indentured person for 19 straight hours because once you pop, you can't stop. I did the entire sofa inside and out. I did 2 full carpets, an entire bedroom. I did the landing in the bonus room. I did the entire ottoman. It just goes on and on.
How great does your house look right now?
On. Well, I'll say it to you like this. This was more than a week ago. Yesterday, my son said to me, can I sit on the couch?
Oh, shit. Yet.
And I said,
can I sit on the couch?
Yes, that's why we have a couch. Like, I didn't, what are you doing? And he's like, well, it's just so clean. And I was like, yes, it is. You're right. You should ask.
It was when it started.
I wish you'd been asking me for the past 8 years that we've had this couch. That would have been great. No, and the whole thing. So excited is the wrong word. I do genuinely embrace the benefit of the thing having been completed. I love it. I'm in the middle of 3 projects right now that I fucking hate being in the middle of, and I don't even like to start them. I hate being in the middle of them so much. But when they're done, they're fucking done. And it's a huge level up. It's like finishing an episode of The Crown.
Level up.
You feel lighter. You feel like you can take on more.
It's almost over.
You become a better person. So I super get it. That does improving things in the house. Because I was going to say having your nice things be nice again, I guess is the way to say it. It's such a game changer. We're at the point now, it's the 7, 8, 9, whatever it is, year itch. Everything, the majority of the stuff in the first floor of the house is brand new because we built a house and it was larger than the old house and we decided, and the other stuff was just time to be replaced. We did it all in one. So everything is aging at the same time. And that's what's weird there, because it was a moment, right? So you can really see, it's if you hadn't cut your lawn for 7 years, gee, it would be a big deal to cut it. So that's sort of, so everything is feeling like it's got to happen all at once, which can be overwhelming. But also when you get through it, it's like, my shit's fucking new. And I am super grateful that, and I'm proud of myself and my whole family in that I buy nice stuff. If I'm going to buy it, I'm going to buy something nice. So when it's clean, it's like it's fucking new, right? Because there's some shit, you go through you clean it, and you're like, this grout is still gray and gross. And I hate it. Like I've went through all this effort and the thing is still shitty. Not so. If you go through a little effort and make stuff nice in my house, it's like, fuck, it was that nice? Why are we so pigs? Because then you dump out that water from the steam cleaner and it makes you sad in your soul.
Well, you have all of those boys and dog who use couch.
It's a lot of dog. It's a lot of dog. And it's a lot of dark. And the water stays. It's like the first time you buy a Dyson vacuum and you vacuum the floor and you think, okay, that's a lot. And you thought, well, just for the sake of it, because it's a new vacuum, let me just vacuum the same spot that I just vacuumed. And you get the same amount of dirt out of it that was just in it. And you think, how many more times am I going to be in this fucking loop that there's this much dirt in my own fucking house? I'm in the bottom of the sewer in my house. When is it going to stop? I've turned when you excited into a really sad. Yeah.
If you stop cleaning, you don't get as upset. Like the Roomba that goes every night, right? We go to bed and the Roomba goes around and Stuart always takes that little cartridge out to empty it. And I'm like, how is that possible that all of that dirt is in there again? We weren't even home. Like we didn't even do anything. We weren't even on that floor of the house ever.
I know.
How did that happen?
I know.
You have here, is it the fact that it's 2020 or that you're 50? And I want to let you know, Stuart went to the mailbox when he turned 50 in June and said, where the fuck is my AARP card? Because all he ever hears about is how everybody gets their letter in the mail and their card at 50, and he got nothing. He got nothing.
They didn't even wait till I was 50. They started coming out.
Shut up.
Well, I skew older. Everybody thinks I'm old. Because I am old. I'm not even 50. I mean, I'm over 50. My mom had to tell me how old I was on my birthday. I thought I added it wrong, but I think I got it right. So it's 52. I think
Thanks,
I turned.
Mom.
No, I think because I said I think I turned 52, and she's like, "Is that right, or is it 51?" I'm like, "No, I think it's 52." So she can never remember. I can't tell if it was COVID. Is it COVID or is it Clairol? Like, which one is it? Is it just because I'm old enough that fuck all y'all and your fitted fucking sheets? Or is it because that's what I'm saying? Well, I love a fitted sheet. I can't stand these flat sheet people who want to drape a creepy flat sheet over the thing like you're in some seedy motel.
I hate it too.
No, I need a fucking fitted sheet, and I need a flat sheet because I'm not a whore and I sleep with a flat fucking sheet. And we had some dumb kid who I won't say who it is stay in our house and take off, wad up, and dump the flat sheet in the closet and sleep in our guest bed with the fitted sheet and the blanket and the comforter. Physically removed, unmade the bed to such a point where you could remove the flat sheet, wadded it up, and dumped it in the closet. Are you out of your fucking mind? If it's on the bed already,
someone else's home, but I'm not a fan of a flat sheet.
Well, evidently, I mean, I can't even, I don't know what to say about all that. That's how hateful people are about the flat sheet. That's how hateful they are. They're like, I don't want you on my fucking body. And I know enough. I'm a teen and I know how beds work.
Everything.
And I won't do it. So a lot of that stuff happens with, is it COVID that I'm just not going to put up with your bullshit anymore? Or is it is it AARP? Is it because I'm old? Is it both? Like, which is it? Last week, we were talking about the tolerance needed, that you got to build your tolerance bucket for all the people that you would like to strangle when you talk to.
Yeah.
So
compassion. I'm finding compassion
We're going to
for.
open your hands and your heart. Remove from the neck of this person.
That's what we're doing.
And speak with love. Yeah. So then there's times when you're like, fuck it. I'm not doing that shit. And I could give a rat's ass. Got my gas tank and a match, and I'm burning this fucker to the ground. Let's hit it.
Well, I think if somebody disrespects you by crumpling up your flat sheet and shoving it in the closet, it's hard to lead with compassion on that one. These are my things. If you don't want it, all right, fine, take it off. But to shove it at the bottom of a closet is, I gotta say, that's so funny. I didn't know what happened. We went in there to flip the room, as we jokingly say, to get it all, wash everything. For the next guest.
For the next customer. And why is this in the closet? What's on the floor? And that's when we put it together. It's like, oh, okay. So it didn't hurt my feelings. I found it fucking weird. That's a lot of effort on you, guest. And then I immediately think, okay, do I have it wrong? When I stay at friends' houses in the South, they always give me a washcloth. And I'm not a washcloth gal. Are you a washcloth gal?
Well, I have a loofah, and if I'm traveling, I don't bring my loofah. So a washcloth is lovely.
Okay, so since that happened, I thought, all right, now I got to get washcloths. So I went out and bought washcloths, and I give them to everybody. I don't fucking use them. So some people, that's what I'm saying. So I thought, okay, maybe this sheet thing is something I need to be aware of for guests. So that's where that was. That's very different than, I wasn't upset, and I certainly wasn't offended. I found it hilarious, but also kind of like quizzical, I think.
Is it possible that this teenage boy wadded it up because there was something in it?
Are you making a gross? Are you making a gross? Are you saying?
I'm asking you if he made it gross.
What?
So this sheet that's wadded up.
Okay,
I mean,
what? This is someone I actually know. This is a person who I can visualize. I know. We're going with no, because what?
What did you do with that sheet when you found it?
Sister, when you stay at your friend's house, do you jerk it in their sheets so bad that you got to strip the bed before breakfast?
I don't know, maybe.
Just a quick question for when we stay at the beach house. What do you do? What is wrong with you sometimes?
I don't know. It's possible.
I don't think.
You said it was a teenager.
Listen, here's what I understand from living in a house with 4 males, 3 of whom are sexually active. Okay? Here's what I understand. When you are in the mood for loving, you go in the shower, which I find gross and makes me think I need to clean this girl out. But I'm just here to tell you, the shower is evidently the locale for this sort of activity, because it's all contained, it's hot and steamy, there's a little soap or dope, and there's no cleanup. Rinse that shit down the drain.
Yeah, so you're thinking like a grown-up, not like a teenager who is trying to alleviate some stress.
He had his own bathroom.
What'd you do with the fucking flat sheet?
I threw it in the washing machine. I didn't sniff it. What's the matter with you?
Sniff.
It was getting washed. I can't. This whole conversation. I don't want to think about this child sticking his hands on his private parts.
All right, fine. That's fine. I noticed, Brian. I noticed on Instagram.
So we're not going to do the things. We're not going to do the things that. Or is it 2020 or are you 50? We're just going to talk about. Do your teen guests jerk in your guest room? Listen at 11. So that's so disgusting. We cannot. What? Okay. It's all right.
Dear listener,
I've come full circle.
Do you have others? Do you have others? Because if you don't, I want to talk about a post you put on Instagram.
Who, me?
Yes.
You said, dear listener. I'm like, they don't talk to you. What post would you like to? I'm here for you. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. What do you want to talk about?
So, this dear Amy Fugazi creature has been chronicling.
Oh, I see.
Some things that she's been eating, less Fugazi and more her private thing. But things she's been eating, because she's been eating really well and beautifully, like really beautifully, aesthetically so pleasing that even if I look at a plate of peppers, which I feel myself distending with gas the second I look at the plate.
They were so good.
I don't care. It's so beautiful that I would eat it. But I want to tell you, she had a meal on there. Yesterday, day before.
It was yesterday. Yep.
That was I was like, I want all of that. And then I read the blurb below it and found out it was dog food that she was making. And I thought, son of a bitch, she makes everything look so good. I don't know how you do it.
So my
Fat dog.
My alternate Instagram is called My Wife Has a Knife. So it's my wife _ has a knife to get a little breath in there. I took over that account of my own so that I could inspire myself. It's like a food, what do you call journal?
Diary.
Like a food journal where you're basically recording what you eat. So frequently I will put the calorie counts. Sometimes I will put the how-to recipe. It's not a blog. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm succeeding. I've lost 30 pounds. Whoop, whoop. So there we have it. Yay. Hot shit. So I'm putting my adventures. I'm putting my adventures there, and I'm doing it for me because the idea that I haven't posted anything in a while, the idea that I'm eating another protein bar and another protein shake, or I'm eating another plate of vegetables that I had yesterday as a plate of vegetables and a plate of vegetables, that's boring, and I won't maintain that over a lifestyle. So I'm trying to challenge myself to have inspiring low-calorie meals, to have beautiful looking presentation of things that are out of the ordinary for me, to keep me interested and to keep me going, because I got at least 70 more pounds to go. So it's a big, long walk. Similarly, my dog
was shamed at the vet.
He is living his best life. It happens to be a high volume life. He's a little overweight. It's a lot. He's very overweight. He's super obese. He's super overweight. So, and I love him, and I don't body shame my dog, but so he has lost weight. So it's been a month, and he's lost a pound and a half. And I thought, that's a huge amount of weight for a dog to lose. It's a huge amount of weight for the dog. I was so excited. I was getting really excited. And the vet talked to me and she said, yeah, that's not at all. That's terrible. I was like, wait. I was like, what happened to my old vet? I'm tired. She retired. You're the new vet. I don't like your candor. What's wrong? And she says, yeah, that's not any good. He's too slow. First of all, he needs to be losing like 5 pounds a month. And I'm like, what? She goes, I don't want you to starve him. I don't want you to do this. It's time to switch the food. I was like, oh, okay. So we're sticking with the same brand of dog food that we're using. And I have ordered their low-calorie option.
Oh, honey.
Which, I kid you not, is called Fat Dogs.
No.
Yes, it is. It's called Fat Dogs food.
He can't read. It's okay. He can't read.
Well, I mean, maybe. I think it's because their low-calorie formula is called Fat Cats for cats, and then this is their one. I'm trying to be nice. It's called Fat Dogs, and I wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't by the same people. But anyway, so I've ordered that, and we actually ran out of his regular food, and instead of opening a brand new bag of food that I'm either going to return or just let sit there fully sealed and, staying non-spoiled longer, I thought, it'll be here tomorrow. Let me just make him some quick food. So I just threw some leftover things that I wasn't going to eat anyway. Some leftover chicken. I shredded it up real fine. I put in some snow peas and some spinach, and I put them in the processor so they were all really, really, it almost like minced together, kind of almost like a paste, like a pesto paste. It was beautiful. And then I really soft boiled some rice and threw that in for some texture so that, and I had it all. I was mixing it around. It was super hot in a stainless bowl. And I was just stirring it. And my son comes in. He goes, that looks good. He picks up a spoon, dives in. He starts eating. He goes, that's pretty good. Needs a little salt. What is it? I'm like, it's dog food. That's why there's no salt in it. That's why there's no salt in it. Because I don't want to give the dog salt. What are you doing? And then he took another spoonful. So I guess.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It looks so good.
It's yummy, easy on the tummy. Come on, lots of good nutrients.
I was like, that's the meal I want her to make for. Wait a minute. Yeah, it looked good.
Well,
dear
the dog
listener,
loved it.
I'll bet it's just seconds on the lips, no time on the hips. Yeah, I was a big fan.
That's
we
hilarious.
too went to a new vet this week, and I remember we talked last week how I was taking all 3 dogs. Stuart's off in his car. I was going so we could all get diarrhea at the same time and then all nap in the afternoon. Yeah. So we all went and the bill was still, what the fuck? But this new vet, even though Nora had no sense of humor at the vet to understand my jokes, we walked in. It was one of the techs, one of the nurses that we love. And when all 3 of us, my husband, we were told only one person could go in. Okay. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think you understand who we are.
Why don't you suck my whole cornhole? No.
The whole cornhole. You don't know who we are. And why don't you get me someone who does? I was Karen at the vet. I didn't say it, but I thought it.
That's okay. So that's okay.
We all just walked in. And there were 2 chairs for us to sit down, and the vet comes in. Turns out she's pregnant. Uh-oh. And it's all female practice, which I love. I can't explain why. I just love it. She got down on her hands and knees on her butt, and she sat down with my 3 dogs who were so happy to see her.
They were doing a mob fest. Yep.
And she loved up on them, and she rubbed each ear, and she just really made me realize I'm never leaving this vet. You need a new secretary because Nora's an idiot.
Yes, you need to tell her that. You need to. If you're going to Karen yourself,
but I should have.
Be a caring Karen. I gave some feedback, but I waited to be asked. I gave feedback.
Oh, I'm sure I'll get a survey. They're big on the survey. I'm going to mention Nora
not to the
by
vet.
name.
I gave feedback because there's a Pilates instructor who is unqualified. I'm doing Pilates now, and she's terrible. She's so bad. She's so bad that I probably will do what everyone else does, which is go out of my way to never take her class again. But
so wait, how is she unqualified yet teaching Pilates? That seems like something that shouldn't happen.
I agree. I'm waiting for that day. She doesn't belong there. This is a relatively new studio, maybe within the past, I'm guessing, 8 months, 6 months. It's sort of new. And they're hiring instructors all the time.
We're in the middle of a pandemic. Let's start a Pilates studio.
So
I have an idea.
She is listed as one of the instructors, and you can sign up for all the classes online, and her classes consistently have lots of spots. So she brings notes. That's the first red flag. When your instructor in a 1-hour exercise class is reading notes in the process of instructing you through the exercise, you don't feel like you have a competent,
support
physical guide. If you have to actually look, and I mean, it's one thing just to have bullet points. What's the next thing we're doing, or what's the next? So I mean, you sort of like, okay, I get it.
And put it up on the dry erase board so we all know what's coming next.
Yeah,
it's not take a side
exactly. I want to be crystal clear. I've gone to a number of classes, and they all keep track of something, and they do look down at like what's next, because you can get lost in what you're doing, and that doesn't make you incompetent. The notes are for things like, now pick up your box. Put it on top of the reformer, and then she would check the note card. Now turn it to the right.
Teacher.
That's what I'm like. That's a lot of notes. So okay,
I need you to get your shit together before you tell me what to bend. And
so that would have been a red flag, but it would be like, okay, I'll allow that. And then you go to the next part, and there's like 30 parts. So I don't think people really care about how this woman is incompetent. There's many different ways. So my favorite way is she flustered herself because the instruction that she was giving, there was 10 of us in this class. The way the room is structured, you've got 2 rows facing each other. So half of your class is always doing the opposite of the other half of the class.
Yep.
That can be tricky when you are giving instruction to do something on your right.
Left or right, correct.
Because there are mirror
image.
There are mirror images of the people, and we are all standing in front of mirrors, and the entire room, front, back, is mirrored. And this is helpful. It's also confusing because you're getting a lot of visual stimuli to do the opposite of what you're doing. It's when any one of those people gets out of sync, you then have to think, am I the wrong one or are they wrong? And now you're out of it. And that hesitation can have a domino effect. So the reality is she didn't manage that process very well, the whole class. And there came a point when her instruction was so cockeyed that nobody was doing anything. We were all just standing and looking at each other like,
this can't be right.
I'm waiting for someone to actually do any physical movement so I can even know maybe that's what she meant. That's right. I'll do what you're doing. That's wrong. I'll do the opposite. We were all standing. And
that sucks.
And instead of changing what she was saying, she would repeat it identically. So it's like, we're not getting it. So let's repeat it again. And then after 3 repeats and no moving, and we're really looking at each other, looking around like, Guidance. I don't know what the fuck to. Then she threw her hands in the air and said, is this really that difficult? Walked over to a reformer herself, slapping her hands on her hips as she walked, huffing, and said, I will show you. Got on the reformer and did about 8 things that were the direct opposite of what she was saying as she was saying them. So even when she talked herself through it, doing it, it was just a fucking train wreck. But she was like, look, guys. And I'm like, lady, I'm not the problem. So we get to the end of this class and I'm already thinking, yeah, I'm never taking your class again. And instead, God bless her, the first thing out of her mouth is, I'm not really sure what other cues I can give you guys. So it was crystal clear that she didn't even know how. She was so frustrated. She exuded all of this energy like, y'all the dumbest bunch of fucks I've ever seen in my life. And instead she should have been saying, I am not qualified. Yeah. So what she, so anyway.
It's not a me problem.
So she just, and everybody's looking at her and what they're all thinking is like, fuck you. I'm not even going to see you again and get away from me.
Yeah, I'm done with you.
I hated the past 50 minutes so much that I don't want into 51 minutes. But no,
this is over.
She asked, and instead I looked dead at her and I said, well, one of the things that I find helpful in another class is, and I talked through a very specific piece of instruction that avoided this. And she got her note cards and she made a little note. And then other people started saying, yeah, and I find if you do blah, 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 blah. She was like, great. And she was just soaking it all up.
Oh, you helped her. Okay.
Yes. So, you could
That's
say.
the opposite of Karen.
You could say, good. What's the girl at the front? Nora. You could say, here's some helpful advice for Nora.
Fire Nora.
Done. And that's so easy. Look how easy that is. It's so easy.
Yes, I will come work for you.
It's
yes,
so
I will work
easy.
here.
It's
do
so
I get a
easy.
discount if I work here?
You don't want to work for them.
I do,
you
actually.
Don't want to work. What do you don't want to work
I do,
for
actually. So my husband left the house yesterday. Brian! My husband left the house yesterday and he went on a day trip. He took his car that only gets like 240 miles per charge and he went to Long Island.
What?
Knowing full well he'd have to recharge somewhere and he had a day, right? So he's gone and he passed a candy store.
Oh, okay. I see what's happening. Okay.
So I have a sugar addiction. It's kind of well known. But he went into a candy store and wanted to he doesn't have sugar ever. He's the anti-sugar boy. And he said, I went in to get you something that I thought you would like because I'm like, what? You're at an airport? What? You're traveling?
What? Okay.
He did something. He was doing
That's
something
lovely.
so nice.
He's
right?
very lovely. Yeah.
Okay. If you went into a candy store,
I would never leave.
Thank you for listening. That is the truth. And
if I had a hammer, if I went into a candy store.
If I were a rich man, I went a different way. If I had a hammer, what would you get in a candy store? He said, Melissa, they had everything. Picture Dylan's candy shop in New York when we went there.
Fucking novice. Oh, I'm already picturing.
They had everything. Okay.
The first answer that I would give you is it depends on the regional specialty. Right? Which kind of candy? There's more qualifying. There's so many answers to this.
They had everything, he said.
Yeah, but of course they have everything, but so does the supermarket. It doesn't mean that you want to buy everything that they have. So I would walk in and the first things that I would think about.
Interesting. Like if it were taffy in the area, if you were at the beach, you would get taffy.
If it was a specialty chocolate, if it was, they're known for their who knows what's, right? That's the thing. You go in and they're making the thing that they're known for and then you get that. Right? As opposed to lots of people have a click drop ship account and that's where all that candy comes from and they happen to be a purveyor and they're just selling it. That's it. So you're really trying to focus on what makes this shop special and fun and unique. Is it something I can't get easily somewhere else? Is it something I've never had anywhere else? Am I starving? Do I want to make out with this piece of thing in front of me? Have I started eating it before I've bought it? All of these things are interesting answers to the question. Who am I with? Am I taking it to someone else? Does it have to survive car temperatures, multiple
that's a
temperatures?
good point.
Yeah, so you don't want to get this super delicate thing
Fudge.
that's going to snap. You don't want to
Right.
get fudge. You don't want to get like a tuile or some kind of a very lacy Florentine that's going to crackle and snap, or something that is going to get greasy over time.
Very good point. All good points,
Right.
Amy. Look at you thinking.
Hey man, I
Stuart-
didn't gain 2,000 pounds for fucking nothing. I gotta get some kind of knowledge. I'm not watching The Crown.
Oh, well, you will. You will. After you finish Wynonna Earp, Stuart bought me candy buttons
Oh my god.
and red laces. Red licorice laces. Thank you. Thank you.
Is he?
Have you
12?
met me? What? Because I eat paper. I know you like sugar and you love eating paper.
No.
So
You hate sugar and me. If these are the things that you choose.
paper. You gave me paper
I think these
to
things
eat.
are really fun when you're 10 at the beach and your aunt has $4. These are the kinds of things that I
would still get
choose.
taffy at the beach.
It's so
What?
loving. This now you got to come full circle. He loves you. This is a very loving gesture.
It was very thoughtful.
Misguided
So
as it may
misguided.
be. You could buy that shit at the Target. What are you doing? I made a special stop
And
in a
I
special
wouldn't.
place, and I got the receipt tape and had them drizzle some sugar cane on it. And when it dried, we here you go. All those candy tapes make me think, why is this not LSD? Like they're just not. They're no good. They're no good. Like the little candy cigarettes, the little
As you're
candy
pulling
papers.
the paper out of your teeth.
It's like whack. There is something worse. They're in the hierarchy of sugar. The worst
I'm
of all
listening.
possible are the wax lips.
No, that's not candy.
It's
That's just
some
a
fools,
tiny piece of liquid
Well,
in a.
some people remember those wax bottles. That's even
Yeah,
worse
no.
because then you have to interact with it. Like there really is something in here I want. No, and then the other one is circus.
Why are
peanuts.
those at a candy? Wait, what was the last one?
circus peanuts? But wax bottles and wax lips are worse than circus
Way worse.
peanuts.
They shouldn't even be at a candy store. Circus peanuts.
Uh-oh. What's happening
No.
now? What's happening here? Wait a
Circus
minute. What's
peanuts-
happening? Wait a minute. I got to buckle in. What? So what? Come on.
They're disgusting, okay? But their texture is so interesting to me.
Yeah. I
That
agree.
I would be willing to eat two.
You know they have multiple flavors. They don't just have those orange weird peanutted ones.
I did not know that.
They have multiple flavors. They've got yellow. They've got as a flavor. They've got yellow.
I'm like, yellow is not a
green,
flavor.
White, purple, orange.
Those are not flavors.
No, I mean so they have all these different colors. Well, the assorted colors come with different flavors, and the yellow one is banana.
Oh, I like that.
You won't when you eat it.
I like artificial banana flavored anything.
How are
Bring
we
that
still
to
friends?
me for the
How are
meetup.
we still friends? How are we still friends? How
Dear
are we
listener,
still friends?
If you're coming to the meetup,
I will slap that bottle to the
In
ground
Scottsdale.
and then your face. Do not bring any artificial banana shit near me. Don't.
she's not kidding, by the
I'm
way.
not.
She went through my pantry when she was here and she threw away things and then put a $10 bill on the counter.
You know,
Because she
nobody
threw
needs to
away.
have imitation flavoring of any flavor. If you're going to flavor it, get the fucking flavor. What are you doing? You a rich, lucky bitch. Buy yourself a banana.
I like
Oh my
imitation banana
God.
flavored anything.
No.
And
No,
if you
no.
bring that to Scottsdale,
That's
I'll
not
have a treat
okay.
for you too.
That's not okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. I don't
So
think
I
you
am
understand.
intrigued.
That's
I am
not
intrigued.
okay.
By the texture of a circus peanut, not as much the flavor.
There's
so
a
I
drop.
could probably
Why do we have to
get
keep saying Brian? That I'm intrigued by the texture of a circus peanut. That's
I am
creepy.
intrigued by the texture of a circus peanut. I'm intrigued.
Ew. Is it?
Ew. I can't help myself. Textures drives this train. Dear listener, if you went into a candy store that had any candy at all, what would your choice be? And how misguided is my husband? Please give us Give us a shout out on any of the socials. Please feel free to rate only if you have nice things to say our podcast.
Don't confuse our podcast rating with the Red Laces rating. We don't want those two to match up. They're different. They should be different. They should be fully opposite.
And those dots on paper, those buttons,
should be
those
fully opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yes. We different. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please reach out and let us know your thoughts and feelings.
I'm super laughing because I'm visualizing this next scene, the cut scene that you didn't describe, which is him arriving back home from his joyful day away, right?
Bye!
I made an extra trip just for you. I made a stop that had no benefit to me except to give in my gratitude, love, and desire for you. I took time. I made weighted decisions. I transported
Let's talk about
across
those
state
decisions.
lines just so that I could present you with this brief token of my undying adoration of you, dearest wife. And for this, I selected red laces and a sugar tape from 1941. Probably manufactured at the Necco plant on that day.
Which closed 40 years ago. Yes, he's very thoughtful and delightful, and I did ask him if it came from a dispensary. Dear listener, thank you for listening. We appreciate you. We love you guys. Bye!
We'll see you in Scarsdale.